Ready, go. You're live. Turn around. We're live.
Why are you attacking me?
Okay. This is the thing. Here's the thing. Let's start out with this. I am a 2 on the Enneagram. I like to have everything lined up and be there early. I want to have all the boxes checked. Meet my brother, Jack. Jack is 793 on the Enneagram. He's at the other end. And I like to have my ducks all lined up in a row. I don't even think his birds are ducks, and I don't know where they are, but he is fine to just come in last minute and everything goes well for him because he is the king of improv. I am not the improv girl. This is the difference. This is the revelry that we have.
When you say you're a 2, I would put you more at an 8.
Thanks.
Yeah. I don't want you to be so hard on yourself.
Thanks.
Okay.
All right.
I know I took the Enneagram test, but I couldn't tell you.
I don't know. I don't know much about it. I just know it helps a little bit with knowing the personality of the person you're married to and why they do things that they do so that you can give them more grace. That's how I use it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Personality.
Mm-hmm. And does Rick give you more grace?
He's not into it as much.
What?
I do sometimes use it, right? I do sometimes use it like, hey, I'm a 2, like that, kind of like an excuse. Whatever.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's fair.
Yeah.
Currently, for everyone who is watching this show, it is November and there's a cold rain coming down. The tree in my backyard, actually my neighbor's tree, has no leaves on it. So it looks pretty stark. And this is definitely November. I wonder what the weather is like on the West Coast right now. I wonder if we have anyone available to tell us what the weather's like on the West Coast.
Tracy, it's snowing where Virginia Bennett is, which is Northern Ontario. Snowing. I am so thankful to God that I live in Southern Ontario.
Yeah.
It's raining, but it's not snowing.
Virginia lives past the tundra.
She's far north.
It's like the Arctic Circle and then Virginia's house.
That's right. It's far up there near my son, Jesse. That's right. I don't mind that it's raining because it's not snowing here today, but it is heading in that direction for sure. For sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, 39 degrees is actually quite warm.
Pretty good. And that's that'd be Fahrenheit because she's American. Right. All right.
And there's one
Rooney.
of my favorite cousins, Rooney Searson.
That's right. Right outside of my front window, I have a burning bush. And that's what it's called. It's not on fire, but it is so beautiful. You just look out and it is just gorgeous. Just that's one of the beautiful things about fall. Yes, we would love to be in the sun if it was not raining. That is so.
Yeah. You know what else I like about the fall? Maybe nothing else.
Nothing else. Yeah, it's a little bit closer to summer. We're on our way.
So my immediate family just decided we're going to do Secret Santa this year. So there's a website you can go to, drawnames.com or something like that. So we've decided, $40 is probably good for buying a present. And then you get on there and you add your name and then you add a list of, you put the amount in, $40. What can I get for $40? And then you put in a whole bunch of ideas and that's I'm looking forward to that. I love buying presents for people.
That's so cool. So cool. What is Rooney sounds so funny with Searson.
I love the fall for the naked trees. Inappropriate.
It's a family show, Roon. It's a family show.
Oh, smokes.
I know.
That's the other side of the family, hey?
She's our side of the family. She's your favorite. Come on. Be serious here.
I don't know. Yeah. So how was your week?
My week was great. I'm getting ready for, I know we usually say this at the end, but I'm too excited. Getting ready for girls' night out. Yeah! We leave Sunday. We have shows Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's amazing. It's
In
amazing.
what country?
In Canada. I'll tell you the names of the places. We're going to Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. We're going on Monday, and then Medicine Hat on Wednesday, Tabor Thursday, Kindersley Friday, and Swift Current on Saturday. So Saskatchewan, Alberta tour with Timmy Boyle and Family Feud, and it is going to be a blast. I can't wait. I'm just so excited.
Wow.
Getting all ready for that.
We did a mousetrap fundraiser in Medicine Hat. And it was $100 a ticket, and the place was absolutely packed. And right before we got up on the stage, like, you know, they sold, I don't know, hundreds of mouse traps. And one guy stood up and said, I will give another $500 if someone from the board does mousetrap with these guys. And so the lawyer for this private school was, I think, probably 6'5" and just as tall. And it was awesome because we were on each side of him, and he took the giant amount of mouse traps himself, and we rolled him.
I bet
we
you
sat on him, and we dragged him through everything.
Poor guy. And they must have raised a lot of money, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they sure did. It was awesome. Yeah. And I have a special announcement, but I'm gonna save it till the end because I can do that.
Yeah. I don't have any kind of control like that. But we are gonna play a fun game today, not Mousetrap, but a different game.
Okay.
Name That Noise. So I have some sound effects from, our childhood, 70s, 80s. Whenever it was that you were a kid, a long time ago. They're in black and white. And if you can guess what the sound effect is, you get a point. If you cannot guess what it is, I get a point. So if you are Team Tess, you can chime in. Maybe if you're Team Jack, you can give him hints in the comments. But if you're Team Tess, I don't know if I want you to give him hints.
See, I've tried playing Name That Noise in my marriage, and I was really disappointed with the results. I thought it would have been, this is a really fun game, Jack. Thank you for introducing me to it. I'm glad I married you. But no, it was more like, that's disgusting. And I'm questioning all my life choices right now.
Yeah, I'm sure that happens a lot. You've been married a long time, in a row.
Over 30 years.
30 years.
We were talking last night about what people who've been married for 30 years, why is life easier for them than if you're married than when you're first married.
Right.
And so much about your spouse, and you've already worked through all the annoying things, right? Like whether it's snoring or, not changing the toilet paper roll or not taking out the garbage. And that's just her stuff. Like, I'm sure I have stuff that irritates people.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Next week, tune in next week for the list of things that Steph would like to say about her husband. That's
next week, where Steph and Tess take over Sibling Revelry.
That's right. And we talk
All
about
right, so you got some sound effects. I want to hear these. So these are sound effects from the olden days?
Yeah. Things from your past, things from your childhood. Let's see if you know it. Are you ready? Here's the first one.
This is my concentrating face. Oh, that's a rotary dial phone.
That's right. 1 point for you. Yay. I have no sound effect of people clapping, but that's one for you.
I was going to say, explain that to the people who are listening that don't know what that is, but no kid is on Facebook. So
not this morning. They're all at school. That's what you meant. I'm sure that's what you meant. Okay. 1 point for Jack. Here's our second one.
Typewriter?
Yeah. Typewriter that you actually had, like when I took typing in high school, you actually had to really push hard on those keys. There was, I think half the class had electric typewriters, which was really fancy. And they weren't the ones that recorded anything. Like if
No.
you made a mistake, you had to like erase with this little eraser thing with a brush on the end. And if you were rich, you could have the paper that was easy erase in Mr. Kondo's class, but I didn't have that paper.
You didn't have that paper. You
No,
did have a little yellow plastic typewriter, though.
I did. I think I was about 10 years old. And mom said, I wanted it for Christmas so bad. And mom said, I'll buy you a typewriter if you can memorize the keyboard. So like in a week, I memorized the keyboard. I don't think she thought I could do it, but I can memorize things. And yeah. I got it for Christmas. It was the best.
That's amazing. Okay.
So Tracy has a story about a typing test during an earthquake. Ooh, that's.
Do you ever notice she tries to one up all of our stories?
No.
Like, oh, I got a typewriter for Christmas. Yeah, well, I typed during an earthquake.
No, Tracy's team test. There's lots of grace for Tracy. Okay, so 2 points for you. Are you ready?
Yep. Yeah.
Number 3.
Okay.
You get it? Okay, I'll play it one more time.
Like it sounds like pouring popcorn kernels into a frying pan.
No, it's the needle going onto a record, like an LP.
Oh, do it again.
Okay.
That is a terrible record. If that's the sound of your needle.
Well, if you put the music, you would have known. That would have been too easy.
Sure. That's definitely a Hank Snow album.
That's maybe Hank Snow
was
was
right
there.
now.
Might have been George Jones. I don't know, but that's 1 point for Team Tess.
Okay, 1 point for you.
Come on, girls. All right, 2 points for you, 1 for me.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yep. Oh, is that a pinball machine?
Yeah, that was pretty easy. Pretty easy. All right. I remember we used to have one at the Watford Inn when I worked there. And people would come in and play pinball or play other games. They have quarters. And yeah, those were the days. There was no home video games at that time.
There was not.
Okay, ready? So you have 3. I have 1.
3. Is that a Polaroid camera?
How did you know that? I thought that was going to stump you. It was. I mean, our dad had one when they were no longer cool. So we heard that noise a lot, but I didn't think you would get that one.
Our dad had one because they were no longer cool.
Yeah. Well, you could get them at an auction for like $1 and then, I don't know, $28 for a thing of film probably. Oh, yeah. But what did everybody do once when you took the picture came out, and then what did you do with it? Yeah, I don't know if you were supposed to do that, but that's what everybody did. That was the universal sign for my picture's drying. And then you just look at it, watch it.
I'm in the developing room right now.
That was good technology. It was fun.
That's right. If you didn't have an Instamatic, if you didn't have a Polaroid, you take a picture, and when the film roll was full, you would take it to the pharmacy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
So take it to the pharmacy. You put it in a little paper envelope, send it away, and it comes in a week later, 7 days later.
Or longer, honestly.
Or longer.
Yeah.
I remember I had a bunch of pictures, I think from first year university, and I wanted them all doubled because I had so many of my friends that wanted pictures.
Yeah. So great pictures.
So when they came in, it was a huge stack of photos, and the bill was $100.
Yeah.
And Nana Marie was there because she worked there, and she said, "I bet you didn't know it was going to cost that much, did you?" I was like,
I love her.
I had no money. I was like, no, I had no idea it was going to be that expensive. She said, well, that's okay. That's why I paid for it. And then you can just go. That's fine.
Oh, that was so nice.
Like $100.
Wow.
Those pictures.
Yeah. And I bet you some of them were blurry or really far away or a picture of the black of your hand or something, right?
Yeah.
You had no way of knowing. Like the pictures came in, and if there was 12 pictures, you would just be lucky to get 8 good ones.
It's true.
I took some at the beach. I remember I took some of like our youth group from Arcona Bible Chapel, and they were like so far away. You could not, it's like these tiny little people in a lot of water. Like you had no way of knowing. We didn't know what we were doing. It was crazy. But if I knew she was paying for pictures, I probably would have taken more.
That's right.
She didn't pay for my pictures. Okay, so what's the score?
4?
I think it's like 4-3 or 4. I don't know, 4-1, something like that.
Yeah, 4-1. I think is more accurate.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not good at math. Hold on. Here we go.
Okay. Is that faxing? Oh, that's dial-up internet.
Dial-up internet. Explain dial-up internet. How is that different than what you have for internet at your house right now, Jack?
So dial-up internet used your only phone line. and if you were on a party line,
yeah,
you couldn't use dial-up internet because someone for sure would pick up to call someone, and then it would break that connection.
Right.
So yeah, you had to have your own phone line, and nowadays they don't even use a phone line. It's a totally different line.
But we had to tell everybody in the house, okay, nobody use the phone. I'm going to use the internet, whatever that is. Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a wild and crazy time. All right. Here we go.
Okay.
There's 4 left. We actually talked about this one already.
Do it again.
It's this motion.
Oh yeah, is that the camera, the actual camera with the film?
Yeah, like advancing the film. Yeah, to the next picture. That was. I don't think that you get a point because I did the hands. That nulls your point. But nice try.
You didn't ask me if I needed the hint.
You didn't do that. You didn't know. Okay.
You were just spewing hints.
3 more.
All right.
I was not spewing. I was not spewing. Okay, here we go.
Okay. It sounds like a diesel vehicle.
Well, what kind from your childhood? What kind of vehicle?
A tractor.
It was a tractor. Yeah. Tractor engine. How old were you when you first drove a tractor, do you think?
12.
12. Wow.
Yeah. Because I remember telling mom and dad that they didn't have to get me anything for my birthday because dad taught me how to drive a tractor. And I was absolutely pumped about that.
Wow.
Yeah. We had that little Massey 35.
Yeah. That's a good little tractor.
Everybody learned on that. And then grandpa in the summer would just hop on it and go scuffle the beans.
Yeah.
Right? And he'd have a great big steel thermos.
Yeah.
With water, and he put powdered vitamin C in there. It was the most sour concoction.
I was just thinking you would not drink that because you don't like sour things. That's the face that you make. Every time I give you something sour and try to sneak it in, you do that same face.
We were talking about that the other day because my Benjamin, when he was 4, discovered that I didn't like sour things. And so he would help Stephanie make my lunch. And every day he would put in one of those little Tupperware containers filled with lemon juice just to see if I randomly would drink. Dad, did you eat your whole lunch? Yes, I did. Ha ha! Did you drink the lemon juice? No, son, I didn't drink it.
He was a jokester even at 4 years old.
And he thought I was a complete idiot.
But you weren't. You weren't. No. Okay, 2 more. You ready? Here we go. It takes a minute. Here it comes.
Okay.
It was always hard to wait. Waiting is hard. It was hard then too. Here we go. I'm not going to give you a clue because you think you don't need one.
That's the sound of a little boy peeing in a bin full of Legos.
No.
Is that popcorn?
Yeah. That was hard because I don't know why they start, like, first they put the butter in and then they turned the burner on and then they waited for it to warm up. I think that was the whole thing. So that was hard to guess, the butter warming up.
What was the name of the popcorn in the package?
Jiffy Pop.
Yeah, and it would
Yeah.
blow the top off.
I don't think we ever had that. I don't remember ever having that.
I can't remember.
I think, well, I remember doing it in a pot, right? Like just in a metal pot, whatever, aluminum pot. And then I remember doing it in like a popcorn popper where there was the burner on the bottom and then a yellow like transparent lid that you could watch it pop in. It was electric. You turned it on, watch it pop in this lid, and then you turned it over and then you put butter in and ate it out of the lid. Was the reason you were supposed to do it. But I think that we lost the actual lid that went over the top, over the vent, and then the butter just all drained out through the lid onto your knees or whatever. It was a flawed system. Okay, it was a flawed system. It was not my fault. It was not my fault.
No system is perfect. Okay.
No system is perfect. Hey, Lisa, did you eat popcorn when you were a kid? Did it go on your knees? Because I mean, it honestly wasn't my fault. That's all I need to say about that. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So
yeah. Lisa used to live just down the side road from us. And I would ride my bike. And we would teach Sunday school on Sundays. So I would ride my bike over to her house. We would work on it. And then Mom would say, okay, you have to be home before it's dark. And like, honestly, I never pedaled so hard in my life.
Because you were scared, or because like, scared of your mother or scared of the dark? Which one was it?
my dark mother? I don't know.
No.
Anyways, so I would get in just as the light was turning on. But Mom wouldn't see me come in. So by the time she saw me, like, where were you? I told you. Yeah. Oh yeah. And we rode a mini bike and wiped out. And then this was like a Sunday afternoon. We were told not to ride the dirt bike, but we did. And I had my regular clothes and we wiped out and my knee was bleeding heavily. So I wrapped it with paper towel and tape, and then I put my good clothes on. So we're standing there ready to go to church at Sunday evening. And Lisa's mom looked down and there was blood dripping onto my shoe. She's like, what? Why are you bleeding? What is that from? And then it was like, you could see in her head, she's realizing, did you guys ride the dirt bike? You guys rode the dirt bike when I told you not to. It was terrible.
It was terrible. But fun.
It was fun.
It was fun. Sure. And that meant you gave grace to your kids when they didn't obey you. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Because, when you look back and think, I sometimes didn't listen to my parents either. I don't know. Okay. Just a thought. Here's the last one. We have one last one, and I'm sure you're going to get this one. Okay. What was this from? Did you hear it?
It sounded like rushing water or boiling water or something.
What? Are you serious? Can you not hear that? Maybe it didn't work. Are you serious? Hold on. I'll play it again. Can you hear that? Are you serious?
I don't hear anything.
Oh, It was the theme song to Hockey Night in Canada. I wonder why that didn't play. Are you just joking me?
No.
Oh, well, that's what it was. So you don't get the point for that for sure, because you didn't get that one at all. So
fair.
yeah, so and that one you didn't know because I forgot to tell you, but that one was worth 5 points. So it ended up being a tie. Yay! Thank you for
Nice.
playing. Thank you for
that reminds me of when we had our family camp out on our Nana's front yard.
Yeah.
One morning I got up and went into one of the trailers that was there. Lisa, Frazic, and Rooney were sleeping in the trailer, and I came in and I was pretending to teach them how to play poker, but I actually didn't know myself.
Right.
But it was easy to remember the rules of poker when I had the things in my hand.
Okay.
So I was accused of actually cheating, but it wasn't cheating. It was just I was using these cards as a memory aid to help me.
I see. I see what happened now. Yeah. Have they played with you since?
Never.
Yeah. Well, there's something to learn from that lesson. Honesty is the best policy. Well, that was a fun game.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So tell me what's going on with you. You had something to share.
Yeah. So here's what's going on. So for all of our fidget fans out there, we are going to be shooting some episodes and trying to get them onto Amazon Prime this summer. So we're going to shoot 3 to 4 episodes. It's going to be all different sketches, and then try to get them on Amazon Prime. So leading up to that, we're going to do a Kickstarter campaign. So crowdfunding campaign.
Yeah.
And when you donate a certain amount of money, you get something like you might get a collectible t-shirt, or you might get your name in the credits, or you might be listed as an executive producer or anything like that. So we're just working on that right now. We're trying to find some video companies and all that stuff. So yeah, we're excited. It should be good.
That's awesome. Getting your name in the credits, that would be pretty, that'd be pretty amazing, right? Some street cred for you there.
Some street cred. So we did this once in 2018 for a show we did in Vernon, BC, and we had it all professionally edited and captioned and everything, and that made it onto Amazon Prime for 2 years. So your name could be in the credits in a show that is on Amazon Prime, which is pretty cool.
I mean, how many people can say that? Nobody that I know.
No.
But it will be me, because I will be in that. Yeah. That's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I think so. So our next show coming up is November 28th for a car dealership in Cayuga. If you're listening to this show and you think, hey, I have just been told that I have to plan our company Christmas party. We got a couple dates open. So give me a call or email me, john@fidgetcomedy.com.
Yep.
And we will talk about how we can help you have a great Christmas party. And you, Tess, are flying out next week.
Flying out Sunday night to Prince Albert, Saskatchewan for Girls' Night Out. We have 5 shows, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then flying back the next Sunday. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. And last Saturday, we had a women's retreat at First Baptist Church in Wallaceburg, and it was such a great day. It was just a really great day. So if you would like to get your women together for a good dose of encouragement, wrapped in laughter and grounded in truth, send me a message or go to my website, tessscott.com, and you can find me there. Send me a message and we will chat about doing ministry together.
And we will have a quiet chat.
All right. All right. We'll see you next week. I'm pretty sure I can do this from Alberta.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Peasy.
Easy peasy. We'll see you then.
All right.
Unless you had something else to say. Did you have something else to say? No.
Zero.
All right. All right. Girls win. Thanks.